So, here we are. It's 2026, and if you're Gen Z, you were born with a smartphone in one hand and a list of global problems in the other. The world you've inherited? Let's be honest, it's a mess. Mental health crisis. These aren't distant threats, they're your reality. But what's remarkable is you don't just complain, you act. You connect globally, share memes and anxieties, and refuse to accept that's just the way things are. Your collective voice is impossible to ignore. Hope isn't in politicians or billionaires, it's in you. You see the problems, feel them deeply, and call them out. You're not just watching the fire, you're grabbing the extinguisher and live tweeting the rescue. This is the generation turning anxiety into action, rewriting the script on how to solve problems. Let's talk about the weather, because lately, it's not just small talk anymore. We're talking about the kind of weather that makes you stop and wonder why it's 80 degrees in February, when you should be wearing a jacket, not shorts. Climate change isn't some far-off problem. It's showing up in your flooded streets, overheated classrooms, and unpredictable seasons. It's your daily reality, and it's impossible to ignore. You've made the climate crisis personal, viral, and a movement. Remember Greta Thunberg? She's just one face of a generation that refuses to stay silent. One teenager's protest became a global roar because millions of you demanded a future. You turned frustration into action, and action into hope. Your superpower is collective action. Organizing, educating, and mobilizing on platforms like TikTok and Instagram. You call out greenwashing, demand accountability, and make climate activism trend. You use humor, creativity, and intelligence to challenge power, spark conversations, and keep the momentum going. But it's not just protest. You're changing things on the ground, turning ideas into real-world impact. You push for plant-based options, make thrift cool, build community gardens, and innovate for sustainability. Every choice you make is a statement. You don't wait for permission. You just start building the world you want. One project, one idea, one bold step at a time. Every sustainable step, every viral post, every conversation is a move toward a better planet. You inspire others to join in. You're not just inheriting the Earth, you're fighting for it, protecting it, and reimagining what's possible. The climate conversation is yours now. You're leading it, shaping it, and making sure it can't be ignored. And you're not backing down, because the future is at stake, and you're ready to fight for it. The old town square is now digital. What once happened in public squares and city centers now unfolds on screens, in group chats, and across social feeds. Your phone is where movements are born, injustices exposed, and voices amplified. It's where you first hear about breaking news, trending causes, and urgent calls to action. Social justice isn't just a class topic, it's your daily digital reality, woven into every scroll and swipe, shaping your worldview and your conversations. You've seen a single hashtag or video ignite global conversations, spark protests, and even change the course of history. Black Lives Matter went global because your generation marched, organized, and educated, turning outrage into action, both online and in the streets. Instagram feeds became resource hubs, not just highlight reels, places to learn, share, and mobilize for causes that matter. Digital activism isn't slacktivism, it's the spark that leads to real-world change, connecting people across borders and backgrounds. Leaders like Malala and the Parkland students used social media to shift public opinion, pressure politicians, and inspire millions to take action. But the digital town square is messy. Misinformation, trolls, and pressure are real challenges you face every day. Still, you're learning to spot fake news, have nuanced conversations, and protect your peace. Skills that matter more than ever. You're not just consumers. You're curators, fact-checkers, and creators, shaping the information ecosystem for everyone. Every post, share, and conversation is forging a more informed, empathetic world. One where your voice truly matters. You're the gatekeepers of your communities, setting the tone for what's acceptable and what gets amplified. And you're making the world more just, one click, one conversation, and one courageous stand at a time. Mental health used to be a family secret, something whispered about behind closed doors. Now, your generation has blasted the conversation into the sunlight, refusing to let shame or silence win. You've made it okay to not be okay, talking about anxiety and depression as openly as the common cold. You challenge the old idea that struggles should be hidden, and instead, you normalize seeking help. You share real struggles online, creating space for others to do the same. Social media, once a highlight reel, is now a place for honesty and connection, where vulnerability is met with support instead of judgment. Vulnerability became community, and stigma started to crumble. By opening up, you've shown that no one has to face their battles alone. Influencers and everyday people talk about therapy and bad days, making it clear, no one is immune to tough times, and you're not alone in your journey. You've created new language, boundaries, doom scrolling, protecting your energy, tools for surviving a demanding world. These words aren't just trends, they're lifelines, helping you and others navigate stress and burnout. You prioritize well-being, advocate for mental health days, and treat mental health as important as physical health. Self-care isn't selfish, it's essential, and you remind everyone of that. The revolution isn't finished. Access to care is still a challenge. Many still struggle to find affordable help, and the system has a long way to go. But you've laid the foundation for a kinder, more open world. Your courage is inspiring others to speak up and seek support. Schools and workplaces are changing because you demanded it. Policies are shifting, and conversations about mental health are becoming part of everyday life. Peer support networks are growing, online and off. You're building communities where people can find understanding and encouragement, no matter where they are. True strength is admitting when you're struggling and helping others do the same. You're redefining what it means to be strong, showing that asking for help is a sign of courage, not weakness. You're building empathy from the inside out, and that's changing everything, one honest conversation at a time. The old career path, a straight line from school to retirement, is a fantasy now. You've entered a world of gig work, remote jobs, and constant change. The ladder to success? It's a climbing wall with a trampoline at the bottom. Instead of giving up, you became entrepreneurs, the side hustle generation. You monetize hobbies, build personal brands, and diversify income streams out of necessity and passion. Success isn't just climbing a corporate ladder, it's autonomy, flexibility, and meaningful work. You'd rather juggle gigs you love than endure a soul-crushing job. Work-life balance is a priority, baffling older generations. You ask, how do I want to live? And design your work around that. Careers are now portfolios of passions and skills. You're not fixing the old system. You're building a new one that values creativity and well-being. In a world full of problems, it's easy to feel small. But your power isn't about being the loudest or most famous. Your unique perspective, skills, and passions are what the world needs. Humor, organization, empathy, these are superpowers. Making people laugh, organizing events, listening, these small acts matter. Every comic, every inclusive gaming community, every tough conversation creates ripples of change. You might not see where your ripple ends, but trust it's traveling. Think about what you love, what angers you, what brings you joy. The intersection is your power. It's not about hidden talents, it's about valuing what you already have. Your voice, art, code, compassion. These are gifts the world needs. Don't underestimate your impact. Just by being yourself, you're already making a difference. So, where do we go from here? Changing the world can feel overwhelming, but you don't have to run a marathon, just take the first step. Moving from thinking to doing is everything. Don't try to solve everything at once. Start small, start local. Organize a park cleanup, start a recycling petition, check in on a neighbor. Small acts build momentum and show change is possible. You don't have to do it alone. Find your people, join a club, connect online. When you link up, your power multiplies. A movement is just people taking their first step together. This is your call to action. Don't wait for the perfect moment or until you feel ready. Your power is now. Believe in your voice, your ideas, your ability to make a difference. Take that first, small, wonderful step. Start something. Join something. Say something. The world is waiting. What are you waiting for?